Have you ever found yourself in an argument with your wife that started small but somehow exploded into something bigger? You're sitting there thinking, how did we even get here? Maybe it started with a simple question about dinner, or a small misunderstanding about chores, and before you know it, voices are raised, frustration is high, and both of you feel disconnected. Every husband knows that arguments can drain the energy out of a marriage. They leave you feeling defensive, misunderstood, and often guilty afterward, even when you didn't mean to start a fight. The truth is, most arguments in marriage aren't about the topic itself. They're about tone, timing, and how we respond in the moment. The good news is that with a few simple habits, you can prevent most arguments before they even begin. Not by giving in, not by walking on eggshells, but by learning how to communicate with strength and calm. So today we're breaking down 5 rules every husband should follow to avoid unnecessary arguments and create a marriage with more peace, connection, and respect. Let's get into it. Rule number 1. Don't try to win, try to understand. This might be the hardest shift for most men. When conflict starts, our natural instinct is to defend our point or prove we're right. We listen just long enough to find the flaw in her argument or prepare our response. But here's the truth. The moment you start trying to win, you've already lost. Arguments in marriage aren't about logic, they're about emotion. When your wife is upset, she's not looking for a lawyer, she's looking for a listener. Let's take a simple example. She says, "You never listen to me." You might instantly respond, "That's not true, I always listen." But what she actually means is, "I don't feel heard." If you focus on the words instead of the feeling, you'll argue all night. Instead, pause and ask yourself, what is she really trying to tell me? Then say something like, "I didn't realize you felt that way. Tell me what you need from me right now." That one sentence can stop an argument before it starts. Rule number 2. Choose the right time to talk. Even the best conversations can go wrong if the timing is off. Trying to discuss something serious when she's stressed, tired, or distracted is a guaranteed recipe for conflict. Maybe she's cooking dinner, dealing with the kids, or clearly frustrated from work, and you decide that now's the time to bring up a sensitive topic. You mean well, but to her it feels like pressure. The fix? Be intentional about timing. If you need to discuss something important, ask first. Say, "Hey, is this a good time to talk about something?" Or if she's upset, tell her, "I want to talk about this, but maybe we should wait until we're both calm." That small bit of emotional awareness shows maturity. It tells her you care about how she feels, not just what you have to say. And when both of you are calm, you'll actually solve the problem instead of escalating it. Rule number 3. Watch your tone, it's more powerful than your words. A lot of men underestimate how much tone impacts communication. You can say the right thing in the wrong tone and it'll still feel like an attack. Sarcasm, frustration, or even a raised voice can make your wife shut down instantly. Imagine saying, "What's wrong now?" Or, "You're overreacting." Even if you don't mean it harshly, those words sound dismissive and disrespectful. She doesn't hear the logic behind your point, she hears rejection. Instead, keep your tone calm and steady. You don't have to sound soft, just controlled. When you feel frustration rising, lower your voice instead of raising it. Speak slower. It instantly diffuses tension. Here's a simple rule. If your tone is calm, the conversation stays safe. If your tone gets sharp, the argument gets louder. You can't control her emotions, but you can control how you deliver your message. Rule number 4. Don't respond out of emotion, take a pause. Every husband has been in this situation. She says something that hits a nerve, and before you even think, you fire back. 10 seconds later, you regret it. That's because emotional reactions are quick, impulsive, and usually defensive. The key to avoiding unnecessary arguments is mastering the pause. When you feel that surge of frustration or anger, don't speak right away. Take a breath, count to 3. Let the emotion settle before you respond. You might say, "Give me a second. I'm trying to think about what you just said." That's not weakness, that's control. It's you saying, "I'm not going to let my emotions run this conversation." And here's the bonus when you stay calm. She feels safer to calm down too. Emotions are contagious. If you lead with calm, you guide the whole conversation toward peace instead of chaos. Rule number 5. Focus on connection, not being right. In marriage, it's easy to forget that you and your wife are on the same team. When tension rises, it can feel like you're on opposite sides, like she's your opponent, and you need to defend yourself. But the truth is, most of the time, you're fighting for the same thing: to be seen, respected, and understood. Next time you're in a disagreement, ask yourself, what matters more right now? Being right or staying connected? You can win an argument and still lose the relationship. So instead of pushing to prove your point, look for common ground. Say things like, I see where you're coming from, or I think we both want the same thing, we just see it differently. Those small phrases remind both of you that you're teammates, not enemies. Here's a practical tip. If the conversation starts to get heated, stop and say, I love you. I don't want to argue. Let's figure this out together. It might sound simple, but it resets the emotional tone instantly. Because the truth is, you're not trying to win against her, you're trying to win with her. Now, let's quickly recap the 5 rules every husband should follow to avoid arguments. Rule number 1. Don't try to win, try to understand. Focus on what she feels, not just what she says. Rule number 2. Choose the right time to talk. Timing is everything when it comes to communication. Rule number 3. Watch your tone. Calm, steady energy keeps the conversation safe. Rule number 4. Don't respond out of emotion. Take a pause and control your reaction. And rule number 5. Focus on connection, not being right. Remember, you're on the same team. When you start practicing these rules consistently, something amazing happens. The tension starts to fade. Arguments become rare. You stop feeling like you're walking on eggshells, and your wife starts feeling emotionally safe with you again. Avoiding argument doesn't mean avoiding problems. It means approaching them with wisdom, patience, and understanding. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be intentional. Every time you choose calm over chaos, connection over pride, you make your marriage stronger. Because the truth is, your wife doesn't want to fight with you, she wants to feel close to you. And when you lead with calm, respect, and understanding, you create that closeness again. So ask yourself this, which of these 5 rules do you need to work on first? Like, comment, and subscribe to Stronger Together for more marriage and relationship advice for men. Because when you grow stronger in how you handle conflict, your marriage grows stronger too, and that's what being a great husband is all about.